कि ना तो भक्त भगवान से दूर रह सकते और ना ही भगवान भक्तों से दूर रह सकते।
हेलो एंड गुड आफ्टरनून गाइस, रेडियो जिंदगी पर आप पहुंचे हैं आप, और सही समय पर आप पहुंचे हैं बिकॉज यहाँ पर उषा जी हमारे साथ जुड़ चुकी हैं एज एवरी फ्राइडे। दिल की बात उषा जी के साथ शो लेकर आते हैं वो, और यहाँ पर आपके सवालों के जवाब, आपकी समस्याओं के लिए अगर आप कोई राय जानना चाहते हैं तो शी इज राइट हियर विद अस। स्पिरिचुअल एडवाइजर हैं उषा जी, शी इज अ साइकिक, शी इज अ हीलर एंड शी ऑल्सो possesses clairvoyant powers. And with these abilities, she tries to answer your question. तो अगर आप कोई सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं शो के दौरान, you can call on the studio line number, which is 510-770-1550. Again, the studio line number जहां आप अभी कॉल कर सकते हैं शो के दौरान, it's 510-770-1550. और उषा जी से अगर डायरेक्ट बात करना चाहते हैं शो के बाद, the number is 925-827-2033. ushaji.org and ushaji.com is the website to get all the information about her, about the sessions. It's spelled as ushaji.org या ushaji.com. Again, studio lines are open now. Feel free to call us during this show. Let's start the show. Hello and welcome, Usha ji. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, beta. That's what we begin with, huh? Friday ki shaam aane wali hai. People are going to be having a weekend, and for those of you who are working on the weekends, you know that whatever day is your weekend, make it count, right? And we're coming into the winter is still going strong. Technically, winter will go into March, but already the weather here, we are so blessed. I was talking to someone in the southeast, and they're expecting a storm, 10-20 inches of snow. And I'm so blessed that we are not experiencing that here. But regardless, it's the beginning of the year. And whichever goals that you decided you were going to accomplish this year, every single day, thoda karke, you should be beginning. If you have begun, stay consistent, stay determined, because change will come in if you keep at it. It's always about that, you know. The biggest example is like when a chidiya ghosla banati hai, right? And right now outside my window I can see the birds, little sparrows, little tiny birds, and with twigs in their mouth, right? So they're collecting leaves and twigs, and I'm sure they're trying to build a nest somewhere. And it takes a lot of effort to do that, one twig at a time. So for us, it's one day, one effort, at one time. That's it. If you do that, you will be consistent. Because I was surprised. I just spoke to someone yesterday, and they were like, you know what, I'm just not going to even work on my goals. And I'm like, it's still January. How can I give up in January, you know?
Not allowed.
Wait though, it was the 20th. And I'm like, it's only the 20th, you know? And they were like, oh, I don't think I'll make it. I don't think so. And he was feeling so crestfallen, and he was expecting a raise, he was expecting a promotion, and now he feels he's not going to be arriving at those destinations. So it was like a big blow for him, you know, because you work hard, you're expecting at a certain space and time in your career to get the growth that you're working towards.
Right.
And then recognize that, guess what, my manager is not going to grow me with my paycheck or my title. So feels very broken about that, right? But that doesn't mean that you just quit on everything else. So if staying healthy was your goal, keep at it. It's not going to show you a result overnight, but in the long haul, you will definitely thank yourself for sticking to it, for example.
Thank you so much, Usha ji, breaking it down to the most simplest form possible. And I think that's the base. Everybody should just remember one day at a time, one step at a time, of course.
Absolutely.
Let's just take one call at a time for now.
Let's take the call.
Hello and welcome. Sun rahe hain aap Dil Ki Baat ji, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Usha ji. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes. Welcome to the show, beta. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Prashant.
Prashant, beta, how old are you?
43.
43. And 43-year-old Prashant. Okay, what can I do to help you? What's your question?
So Usha ji, my question is that I have been in my current job for 3 years. In the last 3 years, so there is no growth here, and I'm aware of that. In last 3 years, every day in my mind, I am trying to motivate myself to do study prep to change my job, but somehow I'm not able to pursue this further. Even though I have time.
Wait, Prashant. So you've been in your current job for 3 years and you're not seeing any growth?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. When was your last pay raise?
So there is no pay raise since...
No pay raise either?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you begin looking for a new job, beta? I'm trying to study, but I'm not able to study, and I think the interviews require some preparation. So you're trying to study so you can prepare in some other technology field, or what is it? I'm in the same field. I want to do a prep before I appear for interviews. But you haven't got an interview right now. Yes. So since I haven't applied, yeah. Exactly. So no wonder you're not motivated. Why don't you update your resume and put it out there, apply for a few jobs. They're not going to give you an interview within 30 seconds of you applying. You will have time to prepare then, and you'll know exactly what you need to prepare. Right now, you're not motivated. You're looking at studying, and you cannot get your head around it because you are working full-time. And you really don't have an interview pending that you have to be ready for, beta. Prashant, for you, just put up your resume first, get a call, then study for that interview, beta. And I see that you will get calls and you will get interviews, and I am seeing a change and growth in your career, but you've got to go on it the way I suggested right now. It's going to happen. Good luck, beta. Thank you for listening and calling in.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
To all the listeners tuned in, रेडियो जिंदगी पर लाइव सुन रहे हैं आप उषा जी को इन दिल की बात उषा जी के साथ. Studio lines are open and Usha ji is taking live calls. The number to call is 510-770-1550. Usha ji, who is a spiritual advisor, she is live on air with us. If you have any question for yourself, for your loved ones, it could be about your job, about your finances, और अबाउट एनी रिलेशनशिप, जो भी पूछना चाहते हैं आप ऑन एयर, अगर आप कंफर्टेबल हैं पूछने में तो कॉल कीजिए 510-770-1550 एंड शो के बाद डायरेक्टली बात कर सकते हैं. डेफिनेटली मोर देन वन क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क हर. डायरेक्ट नंबर इज 925-827-2033 एंड द वेबसाइट फॉर मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट हर इज ushaji.org and ushaji.com. जी उषा जी, you just started with the summary of what people should be aiming in the entire year. तो अब हम क्या बात करेंगे?
Right. So I had an interesting call this morning.
Ji.
This was someone who had called about their child in a relationship, and that was like 10-15 years ago. And they said, we had so much faith in you, and whatever you said, it didn't transpire. And I said, okay, so now it's been a while, so I don't remember. So what was it? They said, we'd asked you about this guy for our daughter, and you said, let them work it out, and it didn't happen. So I said, okay, if I said let them work it out, that means they had differences, and they were not able to work it out, right? And then, so she goes, yeah, but we thought that they will be able to work it out because you said let them work it out. The thing is that people have to pay attention to what I said. And then I got visions and I said, wait a minute, did you get involved in that relationship? She goes, no, we weren't involved. I said, no, I'm getting visions of you talking to the young man, of you inviting him over, having a meal with you. She goes, yeah, we were just trying to promote it, and we were just letting him know that what we expect in a son-in-law. And I was like, oh my God, this was just someone your daughter was interested in, he was interested in, they'd already not kind of completely matched up, and my advice was, let them work it out. I didn't. I never said for you to get involved and treat him like a son-in-law, invite him for dinners, talk to him about what your expectations were in a son-in-law. I said you totally interfered then. But you see, for her, it was like, I did not interfere. I was just trying to help them. But even when you're trying to help, you're interfering. Remember that, you know?
Right.
And if someone has suggested, let them work it out, what does that mean? It means the two people in that relationship, let them work it out. Let them handle it. It doesn't mean that you call and you talk to the young man and you let that person know what your expectations are, because they've already got stuff. And I think that it gives me a lot of insight into our Desi parents, right? They want a Desi boy for their daughter. They don't want families getting intermingled with out of caste or out of community or into a different culture completely, or a different ethnicity, because they say we're okay if it's just a boy from India and he's Hindu, and they're okay with that, right? And they go, it doesn't have to be a Jet Punjabi or another different Gujarati or Patel or something. They're like, okay, at least he should be from India and a Hindu. But if someone is meeting people from another culture and they are interested in that and they find love doesn't happen every day. I mean, we're going to come into Valentine's Day where everyone's going to be expecting I'm going to meet the love of my life, right? It's going to be a romantic day. They get disappointed because the kind of structured, complex background they want that person from may not happen, you know. And you have to just keep your heart open for the right kind of chemistry. The chemistry has to be there. But the attraction leads to a friendship, and the friendship invokes that love, the feeling of love, right? So it cannot be any other way. That's just the way, it's the rule of nature. That's it. It's the rule of nature.
Right.
Call.
We have a lot of calls. Yeah, let's
Lot of calls.
Hello, you're on air with Ushaji. Go ahead.
Hi, Ushaji. This is Sanjeev. I have a question.
Hi, beta. Sandeep, how old are you?
61.
61. Okay, beta. What is your question?
So we've been contemplating moving from our current place. We're currently in a house. We're moving and looking for a place. And it's been a while that we've been looking around, but nothing has come our way. Do you see anything happening soon in our life?
I don't see anything happen if I don't know your house number, and when you say we, what is your wife's name? So what is your house? I don't need the street and the whole address, just the number of the house. What is the number?
1670.
1670. And how long have you lived there, Sandeep?
10 years.
10 years. So 1670 is a beautiful home for you. Why do you want to leave?
We are currently in a two-story home. Looking at my age factor, we just want to get settled in a single-story home.
You're very well settled here. Can you get an elevator or something?
If you don't see anything happening, then maybe we'll go that route as well.
Look into it. You like this home, and the home is really good for you. I see the dhanvantri of the home, the feng shui of the home, the vastu of the home, and this home is such a nice home for you. See what you can do to stay here. It's a lovely home for you and your family, beta.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ushaji. Thank you for
Because
that.
you're so comfortable here, you're not liking any other home, beta.
That is true.
Look into ways you can accommodate, and then call me.
Okay.
All right?
We'll do. Thank you.
Thank you for listening and calling in.
Thank you for your question. If you have further questions, आप directly उषा जी से बात कर सकते हैं 925-827-2033 पे. Let's take another call, Usha ji.
हाँ जी.
Hello, you're on air with Usha ji. Thanks for holding.
नमस्ते उषा जी. नमस्ते बेटा. क्या नाम है आपका? प्रज्ञा. क्या नाम है?
Pragya.
प्रज्ञा. Oh, okay, beta. How old are you? I am 50. How old?
50.
50.
जी, जी.
All right. So sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. And what is your question?
क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि मेरी बेटी का अभी रिसेंटली मोबाइल खरीदा था, ब्रांड न्यू मोबाइल किसी ने चोरी कर लिया, तो अभी मुझे किसी ने बोला कि आपको दिखता है, तो मैंने सोचा आपसे पूछते हैं क्या मिलेगा फोन या इसकी बहुत सारी इम्पोर्टेंट चीजें थी अंदर। हाँ,
बेटी का नाम
जानवी,
और जानवी की एज
25।
फोन कब खोया?
फोन उसका फ्राइडे, लास्ट फ्राइडे को।
तो हफ्ता हो गया?
हाँ, हफ्ता कुछ हो गया।
Okay, and she's looked in, what is that, Find My Phone app and all that?
वो तो उन्होंने उसमें बंद कर दिया था, जिसमें चुरा है ना लोकेशन, उसने तुरंत ही आधे घंटे के अंदर ही स्विच ऑफ कर दिया था, तो इसलिए पता ही नहीं चला।
किसी और के हाथ में दिखा, रेड एंड व्हाइट टी-शर्ट with a big design. She should just get a new phone, beta. I hope she had saved her contacts and all that. मिल जाते हैं, I'm sure, you know.
हाँ, उसने नया तो खरीद दिया, लेकिन उसका बहुत सारा इम्पोर्टेंट चीज उसके अंदर था, इसलिए पूछ रहे हैं आपको लगता है मिलेगा या नहीं। एक चुराया,
It's not her, किसी और के पास आ गया है बेटा। Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening and calling in.
Let's take another call.
हाँ जी।
Hello, you're on air with Ushaji. Thanks for holding.
No worries.
Hi beta, what's your name?
My name is Shobha, and regarding to my question is my daughter Anjali.
Okay, so how old are you, Shobha?
56.
And your daughter's name?
Anjali.
Anjali, and how old is Anjali, beta?
Anjali 24. 24.
Okay. And what's the question?
क्वेश्चन ये कि इसकी जॉब 3 साल से कर रही है एक कंपनी में, बट वो जो टाइटल इसको चाहिए, वो काम कर रही है जो टाइटल का है काम, बट इसको वो प्रमोशन नहीं मिल रही है, तो कब देंगे, उसको मिलेगी या जॉब चेंज करे?
तो इसका टाइटल क्या है अभी अंजलि का?
एनालिस्ट, फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट।
Financial analyst. So let's see if she will get. तो next title क्या होगा? Senior?
सीनियर हाँ होता है
या इस साल तो नहीं देंगे,
एनालिस्ट
या इस साल तो नहीं देंगे। हाँ, उसको अभी भी 1.25 साल 1.5 साल लग जाएगा बेटा।
अच्छा, इसी कंपनी में या फिर कंपनी चेंज करे, या गुड फॉर हर, या इसी में रहे, मिलेगी प्रमोशन?
जहाँ पे है वहां पे रहे कि ना, लेट्स सी। नहीं, कंपनी इज गुड, द मनी इज रेलेवेंट, दैट मीन्स ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत ज्यादा कम पैसे मिल रहे हैं, यू नो, जो होने चाहिए वैसे मिल रहा है। उसकी मर्जी पे है, लेकिन ढूंढते ढूंढते भी उसको टाइम लग जाएगा, जॉब मिलते मिलते भी। तो जस्ट टेल हर टू कंटिन्यू हियर एंड लुक इन अदर प्लेस, और जब ऑफर आ जाए कॉल मी एंड आई विल हेल्प हर चूज कि यहाँ रहे या नई कंपनी पे जाए, यू नो, बिकॉज आई डोंट सी द मैनेजर इज अगेंस्ट हर और समथिंग लाइक दैट। आई सॉ प्रीटी न्यूट्रल, एवरीथिंग इज प्रीटी न्यूट्रल, लेकिन बस वो इतना जल्दी प्रमोट नहीं करेंगे। ओके, गुड लक, थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग। You're very welcome.
If you have further questions, you can always reach out to Ushaji directly by calling 925-827-2033. Let me remind you listeners, सुन रहे हैं आप दिल की बात Ushaji के साथ, where Ushaji connects with us every Friday 3:30 to 4 p.m. live on Radio Zindagi. We are just left with 5 more minutes in the show. If you have any calls or if your call got dropped, you can reach out to her right now by calling 510-770-1550. That's the studio line number. Or you can always call her directly at 925-827-2033. Ushaji, let's take another call.
Hanji.
Hello, you're on air with Ushaji.
Hello.
Can you lower the radio volume, please? There's a lot of echo.
I did it.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to the show. क्या नाम है बेटा?
Shweta.
Shweta बेटा, how old are you?
I am 41.
41. Okay, how can I help you?
So I have question about
What's your question, Shweta?
Yeah, what's your question, Shweta? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I have question about my son.
Okay, your son's name?
Nevidya.
And how old is he?
He's going to be 11.
What did she say?
He's going to be 11.
All right. What's the question, beta?
About his future.
About his future.
Okay. And you mean his career, his studies?
All over.
All over.
Call me directly, 925-827-2033. Thank you so much for listening and calling here.
So, Ushaji, we are just left with 3 more minutes in the show.
The countdown is going on, right?
Ji.
So, yeah, we'll be having Shivratri is coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's an amazing time to get your answers to your prayers, to get your prayers answered. People always ask me one question, and which is, how can I get my wishes answered, right? And I always tease them. I say, just wait a minute. Let me go and open that drawer and bring out the lamp. Can rub it, and maybe the genie will come out, and we can get our wishes granted, right?
Right.
I truly believe that wishes can be granted as miracles when you make a prayer about it. And it's not just about praying and asking and then that's all you do, right? Not at all. It's also about helping yourself grow in a very conscious manner to improve the kind of thinking patterns that you have. I keep meeting people that literally have created such a central worry system in their brain, and now after so many years of constant worrying, it affects their physical body, you know. And then they go, I don't know, doctors can't find anything wrong. They're just saying stress. मुझे तो कोई stress ही नहीं है. And I'm like, I'm looking at you and I see your aura. You're extremely stressed out. Because no, honestly, I am not stressed at all. And the blood pressure will be spiking. They will have other health issues. And they feel because they have worried for such a long time that state of mind people accept as normal.
Right.
And they go, I'm not stressed. But they're so used to worrying all the time that they've accepted it as being part of their normal situation, you know. So I always say, and they go, no, my blood pressure even goes up after I meditate. And I said, because when you're trying to meditate, all that worry is repeating itself and coming to the forefront. And they're like, yeah, I start thinking about all the things that are going on. I go, exactly. So you have to understand, my dear listeners, empty your brain at night. Give it to God. Write it down. Make a list. Just write a list of whatever is worrying you. And then give it to God. Give it to the universe. Let the universe help you heal your thinking, help you get what you want in life. But you have to have that faith that I am releasing it from my system, because that kind of level of worry which causes your physical body to react is going to make you end up shortening your life, causing health issues, and then you'll have more to worry about, right? So empty your brain at night by writing it down. Make a list. Whatever's on your mind, make a list. I have done that habit for so many years, and whatever it is, I have to call, this one or that one, or do this or do that. I put it on the list. And I sleep so easy, ghode bech ke soti hu, right? I wish you all that. So I know our time is up, but thank you all for tuning in, and thank you Vedika for being here with me. And we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you so much, Ushaji. It was, of course, a pleasure as always listening to you, having you on air. And thank you to all the listeners who tuned in and called and became a part of the show. All those who are trying to reach us right now, please direct all your questions directly at 925-827-2033. That's the direct number with which you can connect with Ushaji. And we'll be back next Friday for 3:30 to 4 p.m. only on Radio Zindagi. We'll see you next week, Ushaji.
See you next week. Bye.